Hi everybody, welcome back to Victory Gardens by Rain. I am Rain and I am here in my front yard and I'm excited to share with you guys today about rose pruning. So we just recently moved into this homestead and I have never really had roses or raised roses or did any type of rose work because at our old place we didn't really have enough sun to be able to accommodate. But here, obviously, we have tons and tons of sun. Right now, we are in an overcast day. We just had some rain earlier this morning, but I thought I would pop out here and show you guys how to prune some roses because that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I thought I would share it with you all. But alongside of this, we're going to do kind of a little tour of my front bed area. We're going to be retooling this area, but for now it's looking like it might be a 2025 project. So I just want to maintain and just kind of get it tidied up. It's very wild. It's got a lot of maintenance that needs to happen to it, and I just wanted to do that today. But to get started, I want to show you kind of what I'll be doing today. Let me bring you up a little bit closer. Okay, these are the tools that I'm going to be working with today. I've got knee pads because I prefer those over the kneeling pads. I've got a little hand rake because we're going to clear out the debris out from the canes. I've got a pair of gloves that are thick so I can mess with roses. I've got my pruners that my sweet husband got me for Valentine's Day and a bucket for the canes. Okay, so we're gonna get started with this rose. Like I said, let me bring you in closer. Okay, I'm not really sure how well you can see the angle of this. I don't have a fancy tripod situation. Okay, so this is really quite bushy. I don't know if you can see this particular plant. It's very bushy. There's a lot of branches coming inside, and so I'm going to just go ahead and do like a pre-snip of all the things that I know that I don't want in here to begin with, which is the dead, disease, and dying. I'm not seeing any disease on these plants, which is very encouraging. All right, so I always kind of clear out from the crown of a plant when I'm working around it just to make sure there's not any friends that I don't want to meet. Okay, before we get started pruning, the first thing I wanted to do is kind of discuss and lay out a plan for you all, because I'm going to show you on this rose what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to put it into a time lapse so that you can kind of see the after effects. But when you're pruning roses, understand that roses are not as delicate as people assume that they are. I was always intimidated by growing roses because I thought that they needed a lot of care and that, you know, you had to go out and baby them and all these different things, which you can do. But I don't think that any of these are a variety that you need to really worry about. I'm not sure what type of roses these are. They look very knockouty to me. They're very branchy, like a knockout rose. They definitely look like a landscape rose, but they're all different sizes, and I think they're all different ages, and I'm not really sure the history of these roses. But anyway, besides the point, I'm excited about it because the more research that I did on caring for roses, the better I felt, because you prune them in the early season, like right as the buds start breaking on the stems, and you prune them down generally a third, and you treat them just like you would a fruit tree. So you get rid of the diseased, the damaged, and the let's see, what are the 3Ds? Diseased, damaged, and dying branches. Okay, so that's the first step that you do. You just trim out anything that looks funky. You cut it down to about a third, and then when you prune, you want to prune it in like a vase shape, and cut at a bud point that points away from the crown of the plant. Now I'll explain this to you more at a upfront, closer view, but that is quite literally all you have to do to prune roses. So diseased, dying, damaged branches, and then clear out anything to make sure there's a lot of airflow, and anything that's small and spindly or anything like that, take out. That's the first 2 steps, right? Is to, take out all the D's, and then to take out the spindly parts. That's step number 2. And then step number 3 is to go through and find your most mature canes on your rows that you're working for, and try to create that vase shape with pruning those canes, and do so in such a way that allows that rose to kind of branch outwards and make like a vase shape. So that's literally, and then at the end you fertilize. I am not going to be fertilizing today because my fertilizer that I ordered, which is Rose Tone, has not come in yet, and I just really wanted to be outside today, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. So essentially you'll just go behind after you do this and fertilize behind it. So let's get started. All right, it's starting to take shape now. It's starting to look good. Okay. Kind of see what I'm doing now. All right, so as I was clearing out, I noticed that the lava rock that is right here is burying the crown of the plant. Like it's pretty deep, like way down in there. So I actually need to clear out a lot of this, and this is turning into a bigger project than what I had anticipated. But you see these old branches, you just want to kind of get those out of the way. Because they have, dead and disease right there. This is actually a pretty good looking cane, but we don't want to leave anything that's crowding down here. All right, so here she is after I've done a lot of the trimming. She's pretty slim, but I wanted to kind of save a few cuts to show you what I'm doing here. So you see, this is the crown of the plant. There's a lot of previous cuts here. I tried to clean it up as much as I could. See how these guys were pointing inward towards the crown, so I went ahead and trimmed those down. And I'm trying to clear out around the base of the plant. See, there is little, let's see, I don't know if we can focus on this right here, but you see these spots right here? You can really see it on this branch right there. This is disease, but I am 100% sure it's disease because it was so cluttered up right here, and they didn't have any airflow at all. Like, you want to be able to take your hand and run it through without touching a single branch, and open it up a lot. I am actually going to change my fertilizing plan, and I'm going to go get something that is called a systemic that's going to bring these roses out of a disease state. But anyway, you see how this cane is coming upwards, but this one is pointing towards the crown right here. So we're actually going to come through and we're going to cut that out, because you don't want anything pointing inwards. You want to be able to put your hand in and not touch a single thorn. Okay. So now another thing, when you're cutting, this is where I trimmed it out right here, and didn't, because I just wanted to be able to see. You want to get these as close to the branch as you can, so you don't have these little dead parts sticking out. Okay, like that. That's just opening up room for disease. right there too. So clear out as much of that as you can. Right there. These guys. So you want it as clean and tidy as you can make it. So there she is, nice and thinned out. So now all we have to do is 27 more. All right, so we have done a lot, haven't we, Jax? I had Jackson come out and help me. He was really great with kind of coming behind me and tidying up as we go, but I was able to get these 6 roses done here on this side. And then we come around here and I kind of cleaned up I don't know what this is. I think it's a daylily right here, these little clusters. But I cleaned up some of these, and then over here we trimmed down the leary oak right here, and it has a lot of disease in it, which is that's what that is a lot of disease. But that actually comes from over watering, like in a high water situation. It didn't have, so these need to be divided and dispersed. But that gave me a chance to really see what was going on here. I got these, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8 roses done right here. I did find a tag and it did say knockout roses. So I'm thinking all of these are knockout roses. I know that I have red, pink, and yellow because they were in bloom when we moved in. But anyway, so that's our cleanup. That's what we kind of tidied up. This is what your roses should look like when you're finished. This is what they looked like when we first got started. Very bushy and had a lot of growth on it. So in your spring cleanup of your roses, you want to really take it back. But anyway, So we were able to prune them up and get them done. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for spending your time learning and walking throughout your day with me, or my day with me. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you like what you saw, like it. And I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and hit that notification button so that you could be notified the next time I post. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and thank you again for hanging out.